Ah, tá. Essa aqui é da missão da irmã dele ainda. Então bora. Aqui tem um tempinho já que eu não entro nesse jogo.
This must be Pitchcliff. Murad's agent should be at the marketplace by now.
No sign of Murad's guy. He's had plenty of time to investigate.
We'd better look for him.
Damn right.
Achei ele? Ele aqui morto?
Has to be Murad's guy. Dervahl's thugs must have made him.
Maybe because he found something. Look at this. I think he drew a map with his own blood.
Right. Those kind of maps you know you better follow.
That might be Pitchcliff. He marked a spot to the north. Could be Dervahl's location.
My men are waiting outside of town. I'll grab them and meet you there.
No time to chat. I've got bills to pay and shipments to do.
Pô, a gente vai ter que ir pra lá mesmo? Se vira aí, meu filho.
Again. Machines. Looks like they've been chained up.
Dervahl's a tinker. He probably experiments on them or strips them for parts.
Maybe I can use them to make some trouble. I'll go in first. Hold off until the fighting starts.
All right. We've got your back.
Acho que eu tô lembrado dessa missão aqui. Pera aí, tem que marcar primeiro. Pra eu ter uma noção onde tá a cabeça. Errei. Você falou em português? Parece que ele falou em português.
Got anything better to do?
Minha filha está presa?
To me, you jump! It's about to get ugly. You're going down.
Será? Será que eu vou morrer, filha da puta? Corna. Posso converter? Eu acho que eu posso soltar elas, não posso soltar elas. Vou tentar soltar. O que será que acontece? Vai me atacar, óbvio, né? Óbvio que ele vai me atacar, né? Filha da puta, né? É muito anta. Muito ingênuo. Porra, carinha, sai daí. Você também é burro. Caralho, Sandra, sai daí que o bicho vai parar de te bater. Porra, lá vai a anta lá, querendo peitar o bicho. Vai morrer. Deixa eles se matarem. Agora. Dá licença, dá licença. Ó, se fuder. Ó, sobrou 2.
For Meridian.
Ah, esse cara não tá fazendo nada. Ele
Here's
só
a
tá...
little something for you. Don't lose your wits.
Person must be around here somewhere. Let's find her.
Calm, calm.
O cara não consegue matar uma pessoa. Cacos. Tá escuro. Tô no máximo também. Eita
Derval
porra.
says you gotta eat dirt.
Só tacar uma flecha no sensor. Acabou o problema. É, o cara é cego, hein? Olha a cabeça dela ali. Ele não tá vendo ela?
Well, they're still surprised.
O cara é
Let's try
cegueta.
dodging this.
Meu Deus. Não tá,
For the
mano.
Ocelot.
Bate, bate.
Ursa must be in there. We have to get through.
O cara piscou. Ele não morreu?
They must use these to protect themselves from that awful sound.
Nossa, era pra fazer isso?
Ursa!
Aaron? Derval tried to break me. Shows what he knows.
I should have been with you. Why didn't you come for me? I know I'm a useless trunk, but...
No, idiot. I got a message from Derval saying he wanted to parlay. I didn't come for you because I knew it was a trap. I couldn't let you get hurt. Just didn't think it'd be that good a trap. Thought I could take him out. Now listen. Durval's planning something big in Meridian. He said he'd force Avad to watch as the smoke darkens their precious sun. Your king needs you. No more playing around. You're gonna have to grow up fast.
I will. I promise.
You damn well better, little brother.
Ursa. No, no. Please. I won't let you down. I promise.
Erend, I'm so sorry.
We've got to find Durval. But Meridian's a big place.
I'll look through his things. Maybe we can narrow it down. This machine's been picked apart with precision. What's Durval learned from all his tinkering? Do I even want to know? Just notes about crafting. And a letter tucked between the pages. Lots of blaze. Headed to Meridian. If we find it, I'll bet we find Durval too.
Ponto de acesso de texto missões. Island Ferreiro, meu leal cliente. Espero que seus planos de ter uma forja na Alta Meridiana estejam progredindo. Estamos honrados que nos tenha escolhido como fornecedores de flama. Recebemos o pagamento pelo terceiro carregamento e agradecemos pela remuneração ágil. Infelizmente, nossos caçadores estão tendo dificuldades para providenciar o pedido. Pedimos desculpas pelo atraso, mas o tamanho do pedido é bem incomum. Assim que possível, entregaremos seu depósito como prometido. Com todo respeito, Geraldo Caçador. O Geraldo é o de Rivia?
Such a strange device. It's beautifully crafted. What happens when I turn it on?
I think I've got it working. There. Now, say something. Both of you, doves.
I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Whatever you want. I just want to hear your voice. And keep it for later.
I'll sing, Papa. La 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 la.
There. A song and a laugh. Even better than words. And now I can hear them whenever I want.
We're done then? Off to bed with you. Good night, Mama. Good night, Papa. Is she gone? What are we going to do? The raids are getting closer and closer to Main Spring. How much longer can we hide like this?
A keepsake from his family. Durval's got nothing left to lose. I think I found something that can help. Let's head back to the palace.
Go. I won't be long, but I need to tend to my sister.
O sol cairá. Vou sair por quê? Engraçado é que ela simplesmente morreu. Ela tava lá, a gente chegou até ela, ela deu as últimas palavras e puf! Nem um pouco clichê.
I've sent a messenger to the claim to let everyone know.
If there's anything you or your clan need for her arrangements, you need but ask.
There'll be time for all of that later.
Aloy. I'm glad you're back. I'm at a loss about Ursa. To learn she lives, then lose that hope, seems cruel.
She wouldn't want us to waste time talking. She'd want us to find Dervahl. She said he raved about smoke darkening the sun. Tell him what you found in his papers.
A letter. It mentioned a shipment of blaze being sent to a warehouse here. Only, it wasn't addressed to Dervahl. The name was Ayland Forgeman. Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar. Yes, a landlord. The Oseram have been buying up buildings across the city, including one under that name. Let me think. It's by the edge of the mesa, near the temple. Used to be a shop, but it could serve as a warehouse. If Dervahl used the name as an alias to buy it, he might even be there now.
I'll round up my men.
I'll meet you there.
Erend, wait. Remember that no one hates Dervahl more than your own tribe. The clans would give up much to obtain him.
Take him alive? So you can haggle over him? You can't be serious.
Our security depends on keeping the peace. If the opportunity presents itself, take him alive. Consider that a command. Aloy, a moment, please. When we spoke, Aaron didn't wish to dwell on the details of Ursa's death. Understandable, of course. But now that they've been left to my imagination, those details are all I can think about. You were there. Did she suffer?
Ela pensou em você? Como assim? Ela não pensou nele. Não, esse aqui também... Eu não quero nenhuma dessas duas perguntas. Vai ter que ser essa aqui. Resposta, no caso.
She wasn't worried about her pain. She was worried about her brother. And she was worried about you.
Thank you, Aloy. I suppose I needed to know I was as much on her mind as she is on mine. Find Dervahl and bring him before me. He will answer for his crimes.
Ah, agora sim. Essa resposta foi boa. Só tava escrito de uma maneira errada ali. Ela não pensou só nele, aí sim.
Everyone needs a splash of color in their lives. Come, let's talk it over.
What did you want to talk about?
You were an outlander, no? An adventurer. I used to be one myself. I admit, I miss the beguiling colors of the wilds. Speaking of which, I wonder if you've come across a very special kind of flower. It's made of metal, like a machine. Other blossoms grow around them in amazing patterns. These gleaming beauties are very much in demand among my clients. If you bring me some, I have valuables to trade for them.
You said you were an adventurer.
Just so. The nobles of Meridian crave flowers for their balconies and gardens. So out I went, with bow and spear. I made my name by searching the wilds for the wildest blossoms. No bandit nor machine could keep me from those precious petals.
So what happened?
Love happened, my sweet. My paramour frets too much when I venture out. So now I collect flowers for those without such bonds.
Is it worth it? Being restrained like that?
Of course. Freedom is sweet. But the embrace of my beautiful Theridine is sweeter still.
These metal flowers, what are they exactly?
No one knows. But some say they began sprouting 20 years ago when the machine started to go mad. Perhaps they grow from the tears of the sun, for he has many faces, does he not? Wrathful one day, cool and patient the next. Perhaps he weeps for our suffering when his anger breaks. Ah, let us haggle over this beautiful bounty.
Ah, preciso de 10. Aí vem o quê? Abre essa caixa para descobrir o que vem dentro. Ah, é uma recompensa para de flores metálicas. Vou marcar um marcador já. Então são 30 flores, né? Itens especiais. Esse já tem.
Till we meet again, my noble Nora. I have a matter of grace and beauty I would like to discuss with you.
Cara, tu acabou de falar comigo, cara.
There's someone out there.
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with no friends or family, but I'm not choosy.
This is the place. You home, Dervahl? I got a surprise for you.
E caralho.
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb? Doesn't look too big.
Big enough to kill us.
All right. I'll shut up.
Blaze. It must be leaking from something upstairs. If I try to take it apart, a booby trap will set it off.
That's a lot of blaze.
If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Dervahl promised. Smoke will darken the sun. As the city goes up in flames, there's gotta be a way to stop it. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller. Maybe there's some way I can open this window to get rid of the fuel for the bomb. It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong. Help me push this out.
Okay. Brute force, I'm good at that. What'll it do?
Save the city, I hope. But when the blaze falls, run for it. Because the booby trap on the bomb downstairs is gonna get set off.
Will we survive?
Probably not. Now push.
Vai explodir esse ali mesmo, foda-se.
We did it! Dervahl's best shot, and Meridian's still standing.
This isn't over. Dervahl said he'd make a Bufd watch.
No way. To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
Get back there, just to be sure. I'm gonna look around. Maybe Dervahl's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
I got it. Don't worry. He tries for the palace. He's finished.
Road tracks, with just a bit of blaze in them.
Can I interest you in a reasonable share of a lucrative
Get to the fire and set up a bucket line!
What happened?
Haven't heard a blast like that since the liberation.
A moment of your time, Outlander? Machines or bandits?
There's smoke rising from the edge of the mesa. Are we under attack?
The tracks lead inside. Another one of Dervahl's hideouts. This must be where Dervahl assembled the detonator. He tunneled through the wall. Dervahl did find a way into the palace.
Coloca água aqui, maneiro.
Wish I could be there to see the sun god on his knees.
For later.
Quit carping, you chump.
Aí podia ter uma lanterninha, né, herói? A lanterninha ia ser uma boa. Mandar isso pra Guerrilla Games. Ó, no Forbidden West, põe por favor uma lanterna no jogo. Porque ela praticamente tem uma lanterna no rosto. Que é o foco. Ai porra. Podia fazer ele. Fazer uma luzinha pra explorar a caverna, ia ser maneiro. Pra botar a caverna, pra não ser só mais rochas aleatórias. As cavernas aqui só tão sem graça. Olha essa água, que horror. Misericórdia. Passando por dentro da pedra, foda-se.
Look at you, Avad. The wriggling runt of a maniac king. You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you. I'm going to enjoy watching the Karja burn, even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian, Avad. Breathe in the stench, and choke on the ashes. Something's wrong. It didn't... I didn't hear anything.
Ah, tô com o negócio no ouvido, porra.
From the mesa's edge. No! It should be a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner! What's this? Oh. You must be the Nora who bushwhacked my camp.
And disabled your bomb.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna splatter that throne with blood. First yours, then Avad's.
Farewell.
You'll have to do better than that, Red. Why does Avad always have to do the fighting?
Ah, que gay. Pô, cara, é mó sem graça essa batalha aqui, pô. A gente podia lutar no mano a mano ali com as lanças que a gente tinha. Ia ser mó maneiro. Só que não, vai ter mais um combate que a gente teve o jogo todo. A mesma coisa.
It's not over yet, Nora. Any good Ossaram tinker will tell you. Always have a third plan.
Let's do this.
É só ter quebrado isso antes deles chegarem, Eloy. Aí podiam fazer uma batalha maneiríssima deles dois. Tipo uma boss battle mesmo. Ah não, aí. A batalha mais sem... Tá mais maneira essa batalha aqui do que eu tive com ele. Porra. Toma, otário. Ainda não, eu quero adesiva. Eu errei dois. Ah, cara, tanto difícil. Vou acertar uma bomba. Caralho, eu não consigo acertar uma bomba no bicho. Entendeu?
I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more on the way.
Ah, vai ficar. É o chefe mais bichudo que eu já enfrentei no jogo. Tu ganhou de chefe mais bichuruca do que do nível 7. No boss final. Ui. Otário. Chega, né? Já matei. É isto, né? Caralho, o cara não cala a boca. O cara já foi, tá no chão e não cala a boca.
Those majestic, murderous glintpaw.
Caralho.
Majestic, murderous glintpaw.
Mal posso esperar pra meter a lança no filho da puta.
Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you.
Ainda não deram uma falas repetidas pra ele. Toma. Ah, do caralho. Você é teu chefe, hein?
As much as I wish Ursa was here to kill you, I don't mind doing it for her.
Go ahead. I'm not afraid. Except that knowing you, Aaron, you'll screw it up!
I know what you are afraid of. Going back to Mainspring in chains. Every clan in the claim wants you dead. And they know how to make it hurt. They'll even bid for the privilege.
It's just like you to get someone else to do your killing.
Shut up! You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
A cara nem encostou o negócio na cara dele. É tipo cinema isso aí. Tá. Olha, posso falar com ele? Vamos falar com ele então. Cadê ele? É esse aqui, né? É o 3, né? Vamos falar com ele, ver se ele vai encher o saco e ele vai falar uma coisa interessante. Eu chuto que ele vai encher o saco.
Could you spare a moment to speak to the fire things?
Oseram wares I could find. And most Carja will...
Come to gloat, Nora. Well, as you can see,
Nossa, era isso, cara? Puta que pariu. Nossa, essa missão aqui eles fizeram com a bunda, hein? Vou te contar. Tá no fim da preguiça, aí eles fizeram essa missão. Essa missão horrorosa. Meu Deus do céu. Que coisa horrível. Esse arco começou tão legal e se fechou assim, de maneira misericórdia. A grande bomba dele era 3 barris numa loja. Que explodir Meridiana é tampar o sol, velho. É tampar o sol, é tipo... É coisa de um quarteirão inteiro. Tipo, praticamente metade da cidade ir embora pra cobrir o sol. Não, é só 3 baúzinhos ali. Eu não sei quem é. O Eren é o irmão, né? É ele aqui.
Aloy. I was just thinking about Ursa. She would have killed Dervahl on the spot. I know it. That's why she went out to meet him in the first place, to put him down. But she also told me to grow up. I gotta admit it burned a little when she said that, but I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess growing up means doing what you should do in front of what you want to do, right?
You're asking me? I'm pretty sure you're older.
Yeah, but I don't act like it, do I?
You did with Dervahl.
Yeah, don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for a quiet moment and wring his neck.
Yeah, but you won't. Because you're a good captain.
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me tear up.
What do you think the Oseram will do to Dervahl?
First off, they'll argue about it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that. In fact, I might just drop by his cell under the sun ring to remind him what's coming.
So, after all this, what's next for errand vanguardsman?
Heading back to the claim for a while. I'll get in touch with my clan and we'll lay Ursa to rest properly. Like how she would have wanted. And by that I mean less chit-chat, more drinking.
Well...
I know, you gotta go. Killers to track, machines to master, all before breakfast. You know what? When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. And now I see that I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Try not to forget about me while you're out there changing the world.
I'll always have a minute for you. Maybe even 2.
2? Huh. She likes me.
Oh, que legal esse diálogo, cara. Ele até se emocionou ali, mas a expressão facial dele cagou todo o momento. Caraca, que expressão facial horrorosa esse jogo, misericórdia.
Aloy, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ursa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you. And I don't want to try. I hope you will consider staying in Meridian.
I know who attacked the Nora. A faction of Shadow Karja called the Eclipse. They're digging up ancient machines, weapons they want to use to strike Meridian.
I see. What you're saying echoes whispers I've heard from Murad. A Shadow Karja splinter group, corrupted machines across the land. When will the attack come, do you know?
I'm not sure yet.
And we will do what we can to prepare. Keep me informed if you learn more.
Ué, peraí não, calma aí.
Shall we talk some more?
Pô, tem um monte de coisa pra falar ainda.
What exactly will happen to Derval?
For now, he'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his extradition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings. What a waste. Derval is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
Were you and Ursa, you know?
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice. She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Karja and Oseram in Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Derval. He wanted Ursa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
Meu Deus.
Why do you want me to stay in Meridian?
I would think that would be obvious.
Not to me.
Huh. Well, to start with, you kept the city from going up in flames. You were strong, shrewd, and capable. I could use someone like you at my side.
Yeah.
It might be worth taking a moment to examine what you just said. You just lost Ursa, a woman who stood at your side and could easily be described as strong, shrewd, and capable. It's pretty clear how you felt about her. And now you're asking me to take her place. Is this a job offer or a proposition?
By the sun, you do indeed share much with Ursa, including a withering eye for foolishness. Please, accept my apologies. Seems I'm getting ahead of myself. I need some time to resolve my feelings. I will be forever grateful to you, Aloy. And in time, I'd like to get to know you better. Shall we leave it at that, then?
I have to go.
I understand.
Reis Sóis. Crônica dos Reis Sóis. Araman, o fundador, que guiou nossos ancestrais desde a sombra do leste selvagem até a vastidão do Planalto, e lendo os sinais do sol e das sombras, levou-os até o local da Sagrada Meridiana. Amavad, o Abundante, e comandou a preparação do solo e da semeadura das plantações reais, para que ninguém que caminhasse sob a graça do sol voltasse a passar fome. E ele que cortou a joia e tomou os abundantes terrenos para as primeiras casas da Corte do Sol. O visionário Saddam, o visionário Zack Snyder, que expandiu o domínio do Sol para o norte, sul, leste e oeste, construindo um portão na enseada do Mercado Brilhante. E aqueles que diante ao Sol em seus mais fortes esplendor proclamou que essas terras seriam chamadas de Solar de Karja, para que sempre fossem abençoadas pela luz. O generoso Juwadan, que estocou os mercados de metal com os espólios de suas caças e pisoteadores, e fomentou o comércio de norte ao sul, permitindo até aos forasteiros a dádiva dos glifos de conta, para que pudessem compreender além da simples troca. Zarvard, o rei Sol peregrino, cuja torre foi erguida no alto da cadeia de véus e atravessou as grandes águas do Aurora para expandir ainda mais o solar. E para honrar essa travessia, ergueu o grande arco do escudo nas margens distantes. Ousado Ir, que tomou a ida do sol para o oeste como um desafio e partiu atrás dele com um grande exército, recuando 3 vezes nos desfiladeiros, que seriam conhecidos como Assombro, até que na 4ª vez sua tropa conseguiu avançar e esvaneceu nas terras adiantes. O prudente Bassádio, que recebeu o título de seu irmão falecido, repetidamente comandou as construções da fortaleza do Pôr do Sol e a guarnificação do Arco do Escudo. Declaração às terras além daquele ponto do oeste proibido, para onde apenas o Sol poderia ir. Então isso aqui são são todos reis. Bufd. Os reis só, faz sentido. Tá ali no título do negócio. Aquele que se retornou esforçou-se para levar as civilizações até ao leste selvagem, mas voltou após diversas tentativas frustradas, declarando que a região não era mais adequada para o povo do Sol, e ordenou a construção de grandes torres e muralhas para que as terras selvagens pudessem ser observadas em segurança. Hanan, o pássaro de fogo, que testemunhou o ataque injustificado ao solar pela honra Tenact, e apesar da objeção de seus conselheiros, acompanhou seu exército para confrontar os inimigos. Sob a glória do sol, ele proclamou vitória, mas sofreu cicatrizes tão profundas que passou a usar capacete protetor a partir desse dia. Narraces, que era tão caçador quanto o Rei Sol, e convocou os mais valentes homens da nobreza para competir sob o sol. E aqueles que derrotassem as maiores máquinas seriam nomeadas como as primeiras águias e águia solar da Ordem dos Caçadores. O iluminado Marzil, que era visitado pelo sol por meio de visões tão reais e grandiosas que ele encomendou diversas estátuas e afrescos para retratá-lo em Meridiano. O cara se auto-endeusou ali, em que seu palácio de verão em pôr do sol ergueu a grande cidadela, onde continuou pintando até sucumbir a uma enfermidade mortal causada pelos próprios pigmentos. Caralho, o cara se fudeu. Ivas, irmão mais velho de Marzid, que decretou que cada da família com um filho saudável deveria enviá-lo para servir no exército do solar, né? Então, depauperado, que porra é essa? E ordenou que os artesãos deixassem os trabalhos artísticos de lado e dedicassem a produzir a melhor armadura, alabarda e arco para cada soldado do sol, girando que quando jovem foi o rei sol vigoroso, defendendo o solar contra a invasão de outras tribos e a desordem das máquinas, mas que posteriormente mostrou-se muito instável, sendo responsável por um grande derramamento de sangue em nome do sol, ameaçando-os de entrar em uma área crepuscular. Avad é libertador. Ele não fez nada até agora, né? Só libertou. Peraí, tô indo pra onde? Combate à escuridão. Vamos fazer essa missão do combate à escuridão aqui, porque eu preciso chegar até a última bateria, né? Eu quero muito pegar a última bateria. Vamos fazer essa direto logo. Mas antes vamos vender alguma coisa aqui nos comerciantes. É esse cara que eu falei. E essa mulher aqui.
craftsmanship.
Que isso? Um lugar sagrado? Acho que eu já li isso aqui, né? Onde eu tô indo, meu Deus? Isso aqui é um lugar pra ir? Ah, posso usar o elevador? Ó, tô evoluídos, cara. Tem até elevador. Tá chegando, tá chegando. Porra!
My family might still be alive, and you're going to stand here and do nothing?
We lost a dozen patrols beyond the valley. Our orders are clear. No more. Freeholds were warned.
You're talking about orders. I'm talking about lives.
That's what the orders are for. To save lives. Guard. Good day.
Not get involved in politics.
Can't be too prepared. Good for an old remedy. Never know when I might need these.
E aí, Cabrin? Maiores armas são das sombras? Tipo cara da sombra, essas coisas? A minha é da sombra? Nem sei. É, da sombra aqui. Da sombra. Essa aqui é da ordem e da sombra. O Xnig da sombra também tem. E falando nisso, deixa eu ver As minhas armas tem... Essas maneiras... Minhas armas aqui, ó, tão... Eu peguei mais... Coisa, não peguei. 27, 57 manusei, né? 49. Aqui... não vou trocar nada não. Não, peraí. 37, 45, show, 45. Peraí, mas antes disso... Dá 40, 41. 44 de corrupção. E é show. Quarenta e cinco de choque. 30. O choque tá ótimo. Ah, posso comprar uma habilidade. Deixa eu ver qual habilidade eu compro. Isso aqui é o quê? Catadora. Máquina, mas é só máquina, não quero máquina. Ataques fortes de lanço derruba máquinas mais rápido, não. A carga rápida, não. Proeza em esquiva. Opa, isso aqui é bom. É que vai dar corrida silenciosa, né? Vai ser isso aqui mesmo. Cara, eu tô jogando aqui. Tem várias coisas que são legais nesse jogo, mas tem coisas que me tiram do jogo. A expressão facial do jogo me tira do jogo completamente. Tive um maior diálogo legal com o irmão da mina, acho que é o nome dela agora. Pô, maior fechamento de arco legal. Pô, mas a expressão facial do cara era ridícula. O cara tava emocionado ali, ridículo. Missão mó legal. Só que desperdiçado. Porque parece que fizeram correndo essa missão. Só pra fazer, só pra tela ali na história. É peru que eu preciso? É guaxinim. Uma piru também. Então, vou piru aqui mesmo. Vai ser minha vítima. Caralho!
I can't see you.
Caraca, Eloy tá... Como é que ela não escorrega nessa pedra aí? Eu não faço a menor ideia. Eu tinha caído há muito tempo desse penhasco.
Look alive. Don't let her get past you while you dig like fools.
Cadê o Pocotó?
I need this.
Opa, fogueira.
Aloy, you're very close now.
I was wondering when you'd speak up.
There's a sheer rock wall just ahead. Look close, and you'll find handholds leading up.
Oh, really? And who put those there, Right. Why would I expect an answer? It's so much more exciting to keep it all a mystery. Crash the Eclipse focus network, he said. So how are we gonna do that? Oh, wait. I forgot. We won't. I do all the dangerous stuff. You just listen in.
Wait.
Might need that. There are the handholds, right where you'd said they'd be. Did you get that, Silence? No? Fitting name you got there. All right. What now?
You wait, that's what. Take a seat at the campfire and rest. When night falls, we'll talk.
Well, they still have a fire to keep me company. How nice of you to finally drop by.
Our purpose this night is to crash the focus network.
Yeah, tell me the part I don't know. How?
For starters, you'll need to infiltrate the Eclipse's main base.
Wait, what?
That's right. Fortunately for you, I brought you around to the back way. It's right through that crevice. Once you reach the base, you'll see the objective. A derelict tall neck that's been extensively modified. Climb the tall neck. Grafted into the top of its disk, you'll find a module of sorts. Destroy that, and the focus network will crash.
So you were part of the Eclipse?
I've never been part of anything. I serve my own interests, always. But it is the case that I assisted the Eclipse before I sensed the threat they might become. It was a mistake that I'm doing what I can to correct.
What sort of assistance did you give them?
Head through that crevice, Aloy. You have more important things to do than ask questions.
Let's see what's through here. Connected machines. Patrol guards.
More like soldiers. Held in reserve for a war yet to come. You'll have to get past them.
This is the easy way in?
The back way in. I didn't say it'd be easy.
Sobe, minha filha.
They're scared.
Ai. Ah, ainda. Meu Deus. Eloy sobe em tudo quanto é lugar, mesmo na pedra, velho.
Explosions in the distance.
Pay that no mind. Doesn't concern you. head for that ridge. Now be ready to act fast. You need to get in and get it done before they raise an alarm.
Vamos sair correndo, é isso que você quer que eu faça?
Here we go.
You getting this? I see the legs of a tall neck down there. No tall neck.
Damn. The transmitter's been moved. Check down the ravine to the left. Only place it could be.
So much for your insider knowledge. Toward the explosions. Great.
You got exactly one shot at this, Aloy, so spare the sarcasm and make it count. You see that bridge over the ravine?
Yep.
Memorize its location. There's a rappel point on the side. That'll be your way out.
And these Eclipse troopers?
Avoid them or kill them, your choice. The blasting should cover any noise you make. Find the tall neck and destroy the module on top.
Here we go.
Boulders crashing down.
Get down now. For the shadow! Get some cover!
Caralho, o cara voa!
Fighting up ahead?
No. It's a mining operation. So long as you're quick, it won't affect you.
Oh good, another secret. Forget about traveling light. There are several data points.
When sleep refuses to come, I think of our wedding night. How you welcomed me to the marital bed. How after, when you fell asleep, I lay there watching your delicate face. For all its beauty, I detested its fragility. A rage swelled up inside me. I abhorred that bed. How its softness threatened to swallow us up. And that room, the stench of incense, the fine embroidery of the drapes, all of it weak. I slipped from the bed, threw open the casement, and lay naked on the stone floor, determined to spurn all seductions of comfort. But when I woke the next morning, you lay beside me, naked as I in the cold. Your body, stretched beside mine, seemed chiseled from stone. saw you wake, instantly alert, like an animal ready to strike. You said nothing. You did not have to. Already you had shown me beyond doubt that we were meant to be.
Gente, que loucura.
Never does the sun show pity. And yet, when my wife died in birthing, and in dying into the life of my child unborn, I pitied myself. My lord sensed this, but instead of casting me down for weakness, he cast upon me a radiant beam of honor. He ordered my kin buried in the sacred caves reserved for royals and heroes. Unimaginable. Never again would I doubt that I am the chosen of the sun. Never again would pity find a place in me. Not for myself or another. When I first set eyes on the buried shadow, I trembled. Was I not the chosen of the sun? A blazing light of faith to shred and scatter darkness? Was it not my place to destroy this devil? But High Priest Bahavas instructed me in the prophecy, and set right my frame of mind. The murder of the true Sun King broke the cosmic cycle short of completion. The whole world cast into darkness, doomed. To resume and turn the wheel of time would require more than sun and faith. All forces must combine, all halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, night to day. Even a buried shadow wants the wheel to turn, for without a sun in the sky, there can be no shadow. So long as King Itamen languishes at sunfall, coddled by his mother, he will never learn the true lessons of the sun. I have tried to instruct him, but the shadow of his mother's influence is upon him. I took him to the palace balcony to behold an offering of sacrifice in the ring, but he showed no thirst for it. He averted his gaze. Look to the sun, I told him. Do not shield your eyes. In all things, it is absolute. One day, it nurtures life, and the next, scorches life away. It burns the skin of champions and wretches alike. Never does the sun show pity. That is the example a Sun King must follow. The example of your father. But before my instruction could take hold, she was there, clutching him to her robes, burying his face against her breast. How is a king to rule when he cannot even see? My lord, the 13th king of the Karja Sundom was murdered, cut down by cowards who mistook firm rule for madness. Ever the strong are beset upon by the weak. So he said, as the traitors launched their assault, as their cannons forged by Oseram filth toppled the battlements and burst the gates. I would have fought to the end. But it was his will, the will of the sun, that I lead the prince and queen into the west, to safety. My lord did not hesitate. He saw his fate. He looked into the sun, and he did not blink. With me, he sent kestrels, nobles, sun priests, and slaves. Killing all that stood in the way, I carved a path to sunfall. There, we joined others to gather the strength to take back our home. But our strength only faded, until the buried shadow was brought to light.
Homenagem seca laqueada com placas de metal de origem desconhecida. O tamanho indica ser de alguém grande.
This armor. There's only one man big enough to wear this. Keyless. This is his shelter. Not exactly fancy.
What would you expect of a fanatic? His only extravagance is his brutality.
So you know him?
Just enough to want to stop him.
Every morning, I wake to the same nightmare. The same reality. Holy Meridian, in the hands of profligates. Debased. The spire, towering above the horizon like a glittering spike through the center of my mind. Every daybreak in exile is a mark of failure, but the count of days runs thin. I will see Meridian retaken, the profligates slaughtered, a true king restored to the Mesa throne. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy.
Era louco.
He's a fanatic, all right. Single-minded.
It gives him a focus that you seem to lack. Now how about finding that tallneck?
I'm across.
Won't be much farther.
It would not have been easy to drag the tallneck down his path. Why bother?
Just find it and get to the top. Destroy the module and then get out fast as you can.
Sure is a lot of blasting up there. Sounds busy.
Busy enough not to notice you, let's hope.
I see it. They've built some kind of structure around it.
Climb it. The sooner this is done, the better.
I don't like this. Feels wrong.
Everything here is wrong. Just get to the module and destroy it.
I see the module.
Good. Now be quick.
This is Hades?
Aloy, this is not the time.
It's a metal devil.
Open the module's casing, now. Aloy, do as I say or all is lost.
Entity has come here. Entity miscalculated. Entity cannot destroy me. I am beyond its reach.
Maybe you are, but this isn't!
Destroy the entity.
Keep moving or you'll die.
Corre, velho.
Easy. Yeah, you think? What do you think I'm doing? Taking a nap?
Ah, não, porra, ela aí. Pra cá. Deu errado.
Are you kidding me? Brave trail. Almost there. Are you kidding me?
Don't fight, run.
Come on.
Headlock towards the top.
Got it. Almost out of it.
The whole base is on high alert.
Yeah, I noticed.
Keep running, Mara.
Tô indo, porra.
Watch out, more eclipse.
Bridge in sight.
Ui.
That's the way out.
I know.
Foda-se.
Rough going, but you survived.
You knew Hades was there and you sent me to him?
I won't deny I risked your life, but it was the only way. Now, with the focus network down, we can both get what we want. Access to the secrets of Zero Dawn.
I'm past trusting you with secrets.
Good. That means you're wising up. Trust is for fools. It shifts and crumbles like sand. A poor foundation for any partnership. But mutual self-interest. Now that is a solid bedrock upon which you and I might build a new science of understanding. We both need answers, Aloy. And thanks to you, we're on the verge of grasping them. It's Sunfall. We'll speak again.
You miserable... Damn him. If I could toss this focus and be rid of you, Silence, I would. But we both know I need it. Sunfall it is. And Zero Dawn.
Seguir das profundezas da terra. Deixa eu ver se é lá onde eu tô achando que é.
Saving these for the trail.
Yeah. Duas habilidades.
Sunfall. The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of guard your might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this, Aloy.
That's what I'm hoping.
Bufd owes us an explanation. We trusted him.
The Sun Ring. A proud tradition.
It's not like some radio. At least.
I'm sure there isn't. Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the network or not?
In theory, all should be well. Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime, circulate.
Outlanders, if you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahavas.
I hear the Shadow Cards are looking for one of their own. Should pay well.
By the glory of the sun revealed. Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King. The light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law!
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think? Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
We both know you're no killer for hire. Bufd is innocent. So come see me while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the Sun Ring from on high.
Well, the Kestrels.
Ah, they want us to see this, boy. It makes quite an
The
impression.
balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
No!
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
Pera, eu devia estar lá embaixo, né?
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride. I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
I don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobek here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I underestimated you. So by now,
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Outro incidente de equipe de recepção para admin. Outro incidente. O infeliz incidente de Odisseia com o Dr. Popovich é outro exemplo da necessidade de mais apoio na recepção. Entendemos que Zero Dawn é um projeto imensamente complicado, mas como somos a equipe que trabalha na linha de frente, cansamos de ser... Como assim estamos cansamos de ser negligenciados? Isso já foi dito. Precisamos de tradutores humanos, fluentes em polonês, por exemplo. Uma equipe de segurança que possa conter embriologistas enfurecidos, por exemplo. E sedativos cutâneos para acalmar pessoas que estão gritando em polonês enquanto arremessam cadeiras e vasos da equipe de recepção, por exemplo. Sim, a maioria dos candidatos é razoavelmente calma e bem comportada, mas precisamos de ajuda para lidar com as exceções a essa regra. Por favor, respondam. Equipe de recepção. Também precisamos de suporte para admin. A equipe de recepção continua a exigir mais apoio para cuidar dos candidatos do Zero Dawn quando chegarem ao local. Muitos estão assustados ou confusos. Alguns estão muito agitados. Eles não são o tipo de pessoas que costumam ser negada quando pede explicações. Precisamos de, no mínimo, tradutores humanos. Os Thread Robots não são suficientes e seletivos leves para casos extremos. Todo e qualquer apoio será bem-vindo. O primeiro passo será vocês responderem a um dos nossos e-mails. Que tal? Cara, estão confusos, mas com o quê? Mas estou confuso com o estado do mundo?
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
Os caras sedavam os outros. Reabasteça, se não... Pela quinta vez, por favor, reabasteça os chás das ervas da recepção. Se eu tiver que escutar mais um cabeçudo reclamar que estamos sem pastilhas de pepino ou alguma variedade de amora, vou enlouquecer. Por favor, responda. E dessa vez sem piadas de tempestade em copo de chá ou ervas em alta, ok? Isolamento sonoro. É possível melhorar a proteção anti-ruídos entre SV1 e a área do saguão? A maioria dos candidatos ficam em silêncio durante a apresentação, mas aqueles que gritam ou choram são ouvidos por quem está esperando na recepção. Caraca, é só um comentário.
Proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
O cara chora, velho.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. That Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program. The technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them. And they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super-weapons program. And it will not save us. Nothing will save us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating. Waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. 0 Day. The day that life on Earth ceases to exist is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
É, por isso que os caras ficavam gritando que descobriram a verdade. Né?
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Don't mind me.
She's coming for us! You die! I'm done! Am I done?
Morri. Dei mole. Eu não posso matar o gigantona.
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Eyes on me, Lars! Let this drink. To destroy the
Calma aí, já vou ler.
We're too close to our tribal crypt to stop us now. The data points, what did they contain?
E aí, Gui? Boa noite, Gui. Tô aqui já descobrindo a verdade do Horizon.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing, dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution, liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Os caras ficaram loucão. Tô bem, e você, Gui? Como é que você tá aí?
Want to discuss? Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
O cara é um psicopata. Ah, tá, é porque eu tava olhando pelo PlayStation, agora eu tô lendo pelo celular.
You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Got too much already.
Ué.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we could negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, US Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Zerei, Devil May Cry, zerei. Zerei semana passada. Adorei o jogo.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Para esclarecimento após a apresentação 1, os candidatos estão autorizados a perguntar e ter tempo para absorver completamente as informações que receberam. É importante estar ciente que os candidatos foram expostos a gatilhos de traumas mentais e emocionais severos. Não presuma que silêncio ou aparentemente calma indique aceitação. É essencial destacar que todas as outras opções para combater a praga faro e preservar a continuidade da vida humana foram consideradas e julgadas impraticáveis. Comunique este fato calmamente, mas de forma clara e firme. Familiarizar-se com os dados do impacto ambiental catastrófico causados por conflitos nucleares contra o exame anexo B1 e a inviabilidade de manter a vida em estruturas orbitais, lunares e submarinas. Anexo C1, C2 e C3, para que você possa responder detalhadamente às opções dos candidatos. Se um candidato pedir para ficar sozinho por algum tempo para analisar as informações e complementar, permita isso sem hesitação. Certifique-se de avisar a segurança para que o candidato possa ser monitorado caso tente automutilação. Os candidatos devem apenas ser liberados para prosseguir para a apresentação 2. Se você acredita que o estado mental deles é estável o suficiente, lembre-se que haverá suporte em tempo real através do seu foco. Equipes de emergência médicas e de segurança estão... Ai, meu chat voltou, tava bugado. Cabrinho. É que os caras chamaram eles aí e não deixavam nem se matar.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek. You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, It would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real. The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Faça sua escolha. Agora você possui informações sobre a verdadeira natureza e propósito do projeto Zero Dawn, classificado muito acima de ultra secreto. Sendo assim, lamentamos informar que não poderá sair desse local. Há 3 opções disponíveis para você. Por favor, considere cada uma com atenção. Psicólogos treinados estão disponíveis para ajudar você a fazer sua escolha. Primeiro, participação. Você entrará para a equipe de subprojetos com base na sua área de atuação. Esteja ciente que o caminho a percorrer será difícil e o resultado é incorreto. Esperar-se que você trabalhe no mínimo 80 horas por semana, e a comunicação com sua família será estritamente limitada e monitorada em tempo real. Após o projeto ser finalizado por completo, você e sua família próxima ou 2 pessoas da sua escolha serão transferidos para o exílio, um ambiente vedado para viver o resto de suas vidas naturais. Meu Deus. Detenção indeterminada. Caso você se negue a participar do projeto Zero Dawn, será confinado por tempo indeterminado. Você terá 48 horas para repensar sua escolha. Após esse período, ela será considerada irrevogável. Serão tomadas medidas razoáveis para que seu confinamento seja o mais confortável possível, mas você não poderá estabelecer contato com o mundo exterior. E a morte dentro de 18 meses devido à praga farol será inevitável. Quando as instalações do Zero Dawn forem evacuadas, as pessoas detidas que não desejarem optar pela eutanásia médica serão liberadas. Eutanásia médica. A informação que você recebeu coloca em xeque compreensivelmente a necessidade de continuar a viver. Caso você prefira por fim a sua vida agora, temos disponível uma eutanásia médica indolor. É necessário aguardar um período de 48 horas, durante o qual você ainda poderá optar por participar do projeto ou submeter-se à detenção. Por favor, notifique o psicólogo quando puder realizar a sua escolha. Ou caso tenha dúvidas para sanar. Gente, os caras podiam se matar. Gente, o desespero. Os caras podiam se matar. Ah, tudo bem, nada mais justo.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves we weren't cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
Coitado.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Vai parar no meio?
Alert. Medical wing inaccessible.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You know... Get your hands off me!
These will keep.
Intruder! Get her!
Whatever you do, don't die now.
Power's down. I've done this before. Just need my focus.
Ah não, tomei errado. Puta que pariu.
Save these for the trail.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this, and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to it. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. There is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Now, those lame FBI blackheads at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. but maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Tá invertido. Então cima, baixo. Não sei se é invertido só aquele lá ou esse aqui também. Tá. Pá.
Done. I should check the door nearby. Found one. Looks intact. That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Cima, esquerda, baixo. Só não dinossauro robô. É, o joguinho de dinossauro robô, maneiríssimo esse jogo. Tem seus problemas, mas eu tô gostando bastante. Tudo bem, ô Lucas? Eu ganhei uma partida de Overwatch hoje. Ganhei 2 seguidas. Eu só joguei 3 hoje. Ganhei 2 seguidas e a terceira eu perdi. Mas eu também tava jogando bem mal aquela terceira partida. É baixo, direita, acima. Tá, cara, eu já fiz invertido. A não ser que seja invertido aqui, né? Vamos ver. Tô indo bem. Ganhei o Overwatch. Tá, esquerda, direita no caso. Então, vai ser baixo, direita, cima. Esquerda. Baixo. Tu mandou... Tu mandou... Tu mandou o convite pro Warzone? Eu entrei hoje e não tinha convite nenhum. Eita porra, fiquei preso aqui na parede.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Ah, tu tá evitando um concerto. Entendi. Ah, o stealth desse jogo é horroroso. Ah, o cara é imortal, velho. Tem mais gente aqui. Nossa, errei esse tiro.
Elevators now in operation. Stairwells at the last.
Merda.
Structural failure prevents access.
Rápido. Como é que eu vou subir ali?
You can't invade the shadows.
That's the last one.
Repeat.
Or not.
Caraca! Coitado dos caras, deram de cara comigo. Já era.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Tá, eu perdi alguma coisa aqui?
I can't spare the wait.
I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
A menina fazendo graça ali no fim do mundo. Avançando a todo vapor. Margo, se eu tivesse qualquer dúvida sobre a sua genialidade, não teria te escolhido como alfa do Hefestro. Pare de se preocupar com a sua idade e estilo de comunicação. Você é quem você é. Confie em si mesma. Você sabe o que faz. Exemplo. Sabe a última versão do seu projeto para a construção e estocagem de estilos sustentáveis que armazenam matéria-prima? Então, estava excelente. Isso combinando com o diagrama que você fez para o núcleo da fundição de prototipagem rápida e o estudo da seleção do local da fundição, quer dizer. Resulta em um projeto bastante detalhado e abrangente. É hora de começarmos a construir. Só um detalhe, consulte a Iomide Oquilo antes de finalizar o inventário do silo. A primeira tarefa de Efes será fabricar os robôs que vão produzir as torres de transmissão por ondas que a Minerva usará para repassar o código de desativação. Por isso, todos os materiais exóticos têm de ser englobados pelo plano de inventário. Elizabeth. Então os caras... Pessoal da simulação. Uau! Bem que você falou que Gaia preferia morfologias animais. Morfologias animais, sei. Tudo bem que isso era para se esperar, já que os robôs delas vão precisar atravessar terrenos acidentados, mas concordo que tem alguma coisa a mais aí. Os projetos dela não são só funcionais, eles meio que parecem bem homenagens, é a palavra que vem à cabeça, como se ela já lamentasse a extinção que está por vir. E não só a extinção da fauna da nossa época, mas também de criaturas do registro fósseis. Alguns projetos têm referência até megafaunas, que irados. Bem, seja lá que Gaia inventa, o Hefesto vai dar os meios necessários para construir. Queria tanto que a gente estivesse por aí aqui alguns séculos para ver o que ela fez. Então eles não fizeram design dos bichos, a Gaia que fez tudo. Opa, aqui.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots.
Her personal Ford. Except it's not outside.
No room.
So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers.
Ah, os caras que eu matei aqui em cima.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside. More Eclipse.
Careful now.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Gente, onde eles guardam essas informações? Em que HD de zettabytes eles acharam pra fazer isso? E onde eles enfiaram isso? DNA encapsulado. E o vencedor é a DNA encapsulado. Nos últimos 10 dias, fiz análises minuciosas sobre as formas de armazenamento de dados. Magnética, óptica, quântica. Analisei até a tecnologia Eternity, que o SAF estava promovendo no ano passado. Mas todas essas formas têm um e outro defeito eliminatório. Difícil transporte, tamanho compatível com o espaço escolhido, gasto de energia ao longo dos séculos, propensão a defeito após 300 anos de uso, etc. O DNA é encapsulado e consegue armazenar facilmente os mais de... Ah, entendi. 40 zettabytes que estão projetando para o Apollo. Claro que ainda há muitos detalhes pendentes. Para começar, temos que escolher um material inerente onde serão incorporadas moléculas. Já estão testando 16 materiais candidatos, além de projetar e fabricar o sistema de energia e relicários, selados que manterão o DNA a menos 18 graus Celsius por mais de 1000 anos. Vou confessar uma coisa, mas garanto que isso não interferiu na minha escolha. Acho extremamente adequado, ou mesmo propício, o fato que usaremos o alicerce da vida para proteger o conhecimento humano da extinção provocada pelas máquinas. Não é só irônico, é heróico. A vida é heroína, que rebaterá as forças do esquecimento. Enfim, há muito o que fazer. Até a próxima. Fique em paz, Samia. Porra. Guarda tudo em DNA encapsulado. Atração de Apolo. Nos últimos 2 meses percebemos todos os benefícios de termos adquiridos uma cópia de biblioteca Homero da Far Zenith. Graças a isso, os objetos principais do Apollo estão dentro do cronograma. O Apollo já ultrapassou 40 milhões de dados independentes e continua crescendo. Os módulos científicos e físicos já estão praticamente completos. E os módulos científicos em software vêm logo em seguida. A história mundial, os dados culturais e registros de mídia também estão dentro do esperado. A preservação de idiomas já está nos estágios finais, mais cedo que gostaríamos, porque não atingimos a meta de preservar 4.500 idiomas. A perda trágica de precoces da Papua Nova Guiné já punha essa meta em xeque desde o início. A elaboração da emenda deles está prestes a começar. Falando em emendas heurísticas, o desempenho delas no teste está bom. As crianças e adolescentes manifestaram alto engajamento e confiança com as pessoas de Aristóteles. Meu Deus. Aristóteles e Aspias. Pessoalmente, acho os dois muito didáticos, principalmente nos debates. Quem dera que metade dos meus professores tivesse sido assim. Fique em paz. Cara, aqui.
Fight over.
We're under attack.
No!
Grab this now.
Got eyes!
Look around. See if anything is left.
No.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Reclamações do barulho. Você só pode estar de brincadeira. Lisa Beskor. Não, você pode estar de brincadeira, Lisa. Beskor. Quem diz que o velho TT programa ao som de Beskor só pode estar mentindo. E você sabe muito bem, o velho Travis não é um truck com som espalhafatoso e comercial. Negativo. Sério, eu prefiro virar um litro daquele chorumo de Citaurum do que ouvir 30 segundos de Jerry Shaw. Eu juro por Deus e pela minha falecida mãe. E olha que ela era religiosa. Não é Beskor que tá chacoalhando o laboratório de Hades, fazendo as paredes tremerem e as pessoas rangerem os dentes. É death metal. Menina, música clássica. A maioria dos anos 80 e 90 também peguei uns... A maioria dos anos 80 e 90 peguei uns deathcore holandeses, goreng japoneses e uns troços suecos com temática canibal. Cheguei, se quiser ouvir também, eu sei lá. Fica a 50 metros do laboratório. você vai ver que não é nada bestcore, vai ouvir na real. Nos berros que rasgaram no ar e sentir no latejar do chão, das paredes e do teto que vai te engolir como se tu fosse Jonas preso no estômago de um grande peixe morto e gótico. Aleluia, irmão. E sobre o seu pedido para abaixar, dá não, Lisa. É assim que eu programo. Abaixar meu death metal? Então, fala logo para eu abandonar os estimulantes, o chocolate e vídeos de acidentes industriais. Pelos que me falaram, a linha está aqui embaixo para programar Hades. Você quer mesmo que eu programe um protocolo de edição sem usar death metal como inspiração? Negativo. Acho que não, hein. Fica fria. Caralho. Protocolo Hades. Tente falando. Tomei 3 das azuis agorinhas, mas foi merecido. Finalmente achei o meu termo para resolver a extrema autoridade executiva de Gaia. Autoridade, né? Se isso não vale de 10 a 12 horas de sono, o que vale? Antes desse meio termo, todo o protocolo de usurpação que programei falha na simulação. Ou que ele pegava muito pesado ou muito leve. Quando pegava pesado, ele desagradava o núcleo da Gaia. Ok, ele conseguia tirar as mãos metafóricas dela do volante metafórico para dar o controle para Hades, mas fazia isso quebrando as mãos dela e às vezes até os braços, então não rolava. Tudo depende da Gaia retomar o controle depois que o Hades terminar o serviço. Então eu precisava de uma solução que não arrebentasse a Gaia dessa de vez. Quando pegava leve, a Gaia só fingia que cedia o controle. Em todas as simulações, Hades tomava o sistema de terraformação e revertia as operações, mas Gaia ficava ali na moita, só desfazendo os processos de Hades e falsificando a telemetria, para esconder que ele estava interferindo. Que danada. Sério, a Gaia faz qualquer coisa para preservar a vida, mesmo que essa vida seja uma plantinha de simulação. O que eu descobri foi que a solução na medida é isolar a Gaia num casco protetor, resguardando a integridade dela, e então tirar ela da cadeia presencial, também metafórica, pro Hades sentar e fazer a sua parte. Eita, as azuis já estão batendo. Eu acho que não tô sabendo explicar bem, mas é quase certo que funcione. As azuis bateram mesmo, acho que tá na hora de dormir e deitar. Amanhã eu continuo. Falou. Não. Samia e Bad. Abuso de arquivos. Senhor Tatati. Essa mensagem se refere ao envio 2308776 para a biblioteca de Apolo no seu 666 envio em apenas 5 dias. Veja só que coincidência. Apesar dos avisos anteriores em materiais inadequados, você escolheu enviar 265 remasterizações holográficas de clássicos reconhecidos do cinema de exploração extrema. Permita-me então agradecer-lhe por 2 motivos. Por me dar a satisfação de recusar o pedido sentenciado assim. Por me dar a satisfação de recusar seu pedido sentenciando assim seus filmes favoritos de tortura europeia e toda essa raça ao esquecimento. O meu coração fica bem mais leve em saber que poupei a futura humanidade da tortura de assistir a não só uma, mas 16 edições de criar uma nova centopeia. Não se preocupe, a obra de Passarin já foi preservada até extrema, mas é arte, até ser extrema. 2. Por esclarecer um conceito que sempre foi ambíguo e eticamente complicado para para arquivistas como eu. A definição de obsceno, você me afastou de um campo minado de subjetividade relativa, a famosa frase do juiz Potter. Só vou saber quando olhar. Graças a você, agora eu posso aplicar o único critério objetivo. Único critério objetivo. Se Travis te quer, então obsceno. Por isso, instituí a equipe Apollo a rejeitar sumariamente todos os seus futuros pedidos, sem sequer olhar. Talvez assim você use seu tempo que gastaria preparando novos pedidos com, sei lá, as tarefas que lhe atribuíram. Afinal, tudo nós temos o mundo para salvar. Ou pelo menos, é isso que o resto de nós tem pra fazer, né? Caraca, o cara só queria. O cara gastou o tempo dele escolhendo filmes. Ah, isso não seria importante, não? Já que você quer levar tua cultura pros outros. O filme também é uma cultura tua. Tudo bem que Centopeia é uma mana, não é? Bem um filme muito agradável de assistir. Câmaras FZ. As câmaras de oxigênio chegaram há 2 dias. Passei as últimas 36 horas analisando e esmiuçando os documentos técnicos. São reveladores, impressionantes. Não sei o que vocês deram ao Far Zenith em troca dessas câmaras, mas valeu a pena. De uma só vez, os embriologistas deles superaram 50 anos de contratempos tecnológicos. Os ricos da oxigenação por membranas extracorpóreas resolvidos. Procedimento de nutrição resolvidos. As outras 12 áreas de risco resolvidas. Antes de examinar essas câmeras, achava que a Odisseia era uma empreitada idiota. Mas o resto da tecnologia for Far Zenith também estiver nesse nível, bem, não me parece nada impossível a colonização em Sirius. Será muito desafiador produzir essas câmaras em massa, mas tenho confiança do que pode ser feito. Vou descansar umas horas, para então continuar. Aguarde um plano de produção em até 48 horas.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Personas de servidores dos berçários. O desenvolvimento das personas artificiais para os servidores dos berçários, educadora, corretora, curandeira, avança em ritmo satisfatório. Para esses construtos, definimos 0.4 Turning como meta. Isso permite leve empatia e improvisações limitadas sem prejudicar os comportamentos pré-codificados. O software de alterar personas com base em estímulos, no entanto, está mais desafiador do que previsto. O que mais me preocupa é o ciclo vicioso de reação entre as personas curandeiras e corretoras. Também anexei os relatórios de um incidente em que uma servidora com persona de mãe interfere no comportamento de um servidor corretor. Podem chamar isso de uma discussão parental. Talvez tenha sido interessante no início, mas extremamente preocupante. Anexei um planejamento detalhado para corrigir essa falha de protocolo de interação em pouco.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Berçário selado. Ilita 01 foi selada com sucesso antes que fosse detectada pelo enxame que atravessou a província de Xinjiang. A resposta do sistema crucial está boa. Para a primeira viagem, está ótima. Com relação à minha discussão com os betas acerca da seleção dos zigotos, é claro que entendo que temos recursos limitados para executar simulações sobre o fluxo de genes do nossos futuros humanos. Mas todos concordamos que há margem para melhorias nas futuras populações dos berçários. Assim, além de supervisionar pessoalmente a conclusão do Ilitan 2, né? Dentro do Monte Namolin, irei formular e propor um novo plano de seleção de zigotos dessa semana.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
Another mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Us would benefit from antilopine morphology, though campered forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Meu Deus, ela começou a sentir.
You will undergo a Brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
A Odisseia falhou. A todos. Eu sei que tem péssimas notícias. Fazene me informou que a missão Odisseia falhou. Ontem à noite, a telemetria indicou uma falha catastrófica na contenção antimatéria enquanto os motores se preparavam para sair do sistema solar. A nave, a tripulação e a carga de zigotos e semente. A versão alfa de Apollo, tudo foi perdido. Agora Zero Dawn é a única esperança para a continuidade da espécie na Terra. Temos que conseguir. Estado do Artemis. Está avançando, Liz. Tenho certeza disso. E se é que essas palavras ainda valem algo. Tive que usar todas as cartas na manga ao negociar com os zoológicos congelados para obter amostras. Tantas amostras de espécies presas em terríveis dioramas holográficos, suspensos em cenários de "e se?". Mais de 14.000 foram extintas entre 2000 e 2043. Começamos a mapear uma sucessão primária. Selecionamos os organismos pioneiros para uma biosfera balanceada e sustentável. Micro-organismos e insetos, coelhos e águas, raposas e lobos, outros milhares terão que esperar a vez deles, até que a nova geração possa ser confiada com o dever de restaurá-los, para que eles possam retornar ao mundo que dessa vez entenderá o conceito de preservação antes que seja tarde demais. Já houve tarde demais. Perdemos uma equipe de coleta completa durante a invasão do enxame em Myanmar. As amostras que perdemos lá são bem insubstituíveis, mas graças a você, Liz, o ciclo de vida não está quebrado. A Terra já foi uma rocha sem vida antes, e agora um dia será novamente, mas não agora, não assim, não sob nossos cuidados. Bronson.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child. My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
I guess even a monster like you can have a glimmer of conscience. You didn't kill me right away. Turn your face to the sun, child. Dressing up murder as religious sacrifice so you could feel better about it?
No. I never doubted the righteousness of killing you. And yet, your words touch close to the truth. In my heart, I deemed the order to kill you unworthy of me. You were just a savage girl. So I thought at the time. Even still, I aimed to kill you, and yet did not. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then enter this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
The Nora cast me out at birth. You're not hurting me if you hurt them.
Really? Then it makes no difference one way or another. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus, such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eyes of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die! Let her be the first of thousands!
I'll never leave that nothing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use the strength against it. Porra! I wasn't built to take a behemoth's charge either. That makes a mess. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. Try luring the behemoth into the pillars.
Porra, tô mesmo.
Gotta get out of the way.
Porra, mó pedrão.
That canister on its belly. Looks important. Freeze canister on its hips. Cryo arrow shoot something.
Hey.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through the focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
É. O cara é louco. Pô, essa missão foi legal, só que o coração dos Nora. O que me mata nesse jogo é a porra os inimigos flicando ali, inimigo o pessoal flutuando ali na arquibancada. Porra, cara. O jogo AAA aí, cara. Os caras não fazendo a arquibancada direito. Caindo quadro por segundo na batalha ali que cai. Tudo bem, quadro por segundo até relevo isso. Mas aí o... Ai, meu Deus. Puta que pariu. Problema no sound design lá, com os cavalos, com os bichos lá. Porra, caralho. Fico triste, um jogo tão bom desse. Cheio de problemas. Pessoal facial ruim, o inimigo todo travado ali falando. O visual do cara é legal, mas porra. A dublagem tá maneira. Uma hora de dar emoção, o Eloy bate no ferro ali. Eu não sinto ódio da Eloy, eu não sinto nada. Parece que ela tá batendo na parede invisível. É. Mas aí tô quase lá no... Meu Deus, não é possível, cara. Não é possível que... Eu vou voltar aqui pra... A missão vai ser eu voltar pra lá, né? E depois eu vou poder ir no... Acredito que na próxima missão, depois dessa aí, né? Que eu vou fazer, já seja... a que eu quero, né? Que vai me dar a última bateria, né? E aí show. Aí depois dessa eu não preciso ficar me preocupando com essas coisas. Aí eu vou pegar a armadura. Aí eu faço outras coisas, beleza? Vou finalizar a live por aqui. Já evoluímos bastante já. De novo eu vou... E aí, Guinho, chegou no final. Acabei de terminar aqui. E eu vou terminar a live agora. Tudo bem, depois outro dia a gente faz mais. Já tô pertinho de pegar a última bateria. Só falta só essa missão, a próxima missão e aí a outra já é que eu pego a bateria. Muito obrigado quem assistiu aí, o Iguinho, aqui o Lucas, o Krebin. Valeu mesmo. Tô gostando, eu gosto desse jogo, só que o problema são as partes técnicas dele que me tira do jogo. Vai lembrar que eu tô jogando um jogo, não tô... Não como se eu estivesse jogando tipo um The Last. No The Last eu esqueço que eu tô no jogo. Agora aqui no Horizon toda hora eu me lembro que eu tô no jogo. E isso me tira da história. Isso me desprende do jogo. Isso que me deixa triste nesse jogo aqui. Mas é bem divertido o joguinho. Beleza? Belezinha. Valeu. E até a próxima.